Hi, my name's David McCann, and this screencast is a tutorial on how to use the Yatta Wiki plugin for WordPress to create a wiki for your WordPress website. And what I have here is a fresh install of WordPress, and you can see that our wiki is going to have a chess theme. So first thing I'm going to do is go and check the permalinks and set them to post name or pretty permalink, and that's because our wiki articles are going to link to each other using the title. So that's what I use here. Save that. And now let's install a couple of plugins. I'm going to install a column shortcode plugin just that I use. I'm going to use in this demo. And then also install the Yatta Wiki plugin. So we'll search for wiki, and install that. Once it's activated, you notice we have a new section here for wiki pages. So we're going to add our first wiki page. And this one's going to be a special page called TOC. And the page name TOC is a special type of page in that you can create a table of contents or some wiki content that can be embedded in other wiki pages, so that you can have a table of contents that you put like in like the beginning of your sections or something. So let me show you how that kind of works. We'll say we'll just call this table of contents, and we'll give this a heading, and then we're going to put in some wiki links here as a list, and we'll just create some sections for our wiki. So we'll have one called History of Chess will be the first one, and you'll see that there are two shortcode buttons here. One is for adding wiki links, and one is for adding the TOC. And we're just creating the TOC now, so let's put in some wiki links to it. So, History of Chess, and it says here show is optional. Link, this is the title of the wiki article that we're going to link to, and show, this is what shows on the page. For these first few here, I'm just going to keep them the same, but we'll have some that we do differently. So we'll add another one. Section rules of the game. We'll add a section interesting facts. We'll add one for tactics. And one more for famous players. So that should be good. We're not going to really, fill all these in. We'll just do a few things here to kind of demonstrate. But okay, so now we're going to save this, and the TOC isn't really intended to be used on its own. I suppose you could, but let's look and see what it looks like here. So here it is. and it wouldn't be used on its own normally because you wouldn't want the title of TOC there. But so now let's go and create our starting page. And we're going to put the TOC into it, and I'll show you how to do that. So we'll welcome to the chess wiki. And now I'm going to use this column shortcode plugin to create some columns here on the page. We'll have one half here, and this, now we're going to use the TOC button. And this says here the category and order are optional. So if you just want to insert the TOC page, you leave these blank. If you add categories to your wiki pages, you can use this category option to output a list of pages by category, but we're not doing that here. And then in the second half of the page, or second side, here we'll just put in some dummy text, and we'll put a wiki link here to rules of the game, but we'll show you know, click here to learn how to play. So we'll insert that and we'll publish that. Alright, let's see what our first page will look like. Alright, so that's going to be our first page, and you can you know, this is based on your theme. You know, you can style this or whatever. You could make this like light gray background, or, you know, however you want to do your page, and you don't have to use these columns or whatever. It's just the way I do it. So one thing I wanted to point out here is that you see the links to the wiki pages that don't exist yet because we haven't created them are in red, and the plugin uses the standard WordPress permissions. So if you are looking at the page and you have the rights to edit it, this will be a link, and if you click on it, you'll actually go to a page, to the editor window to create that page. If you don't have permissions to edit, you'll just see a red link, just red text with no link. So let's add this to our menu. Let's create a menu and add this start page to our menu. So we go to the menus link, and we're going to create a new menu, call it main menu, and okay, you see Wiki Pages shows up here, but if you didn't see it here, you could do the screen options, and like your other categories and things would show up there, and you could add them to show up down here if they weren't showing. Alright, so let's add some pages to our menu. So I'm just adding a few other pages to kind of, so it's not just this one page, and we'll save this, and then we'll put it in the location, primary menu, and save. Okay, now let's go visit the site and see what we see. Okay, so here's our menu. This is where this theme puts your menu, and we click on the link we just created. Okay, so here's our start page. Alright, now we know we want to have some a section of famous players, so I'm going to go and add some pages for famous players, and let's see, we'll do Emmanuel Lasker, and we'll put in our dummy text here, and then we'll have a link and say Jose Capablanca. I'll say he was, let's see, yeah, okay, he was defeated by Capablanca. Okay, and we'll save that. And let's see, so now we'll let's view that. Okay, and let's go and create the Capablanca page. And we'll put in our dummy text, and we'll say, you know, we'll link to the next person, Alexander Alekine. Say, you know, he was defeated by Alekine. And we'll publish that. And then we'll add the Alekine page. We'll save that. Alright, so I'm just going back to our start page here, and let's create the famous players page. And I'm going to use, I guess what I should do here is give these famous players a category. So looks like I'll have to create that category. So we'll call the category famous players. And we'll add that. Okay, so now let's look at our pages, and we'll give that these players the category of, okay, so now I'm going to create the famous players page. And I did the categories because I'm going to show you how that works on this TOC thing. Alright, and so we'll insert that and publish it. And now let's look at our wiki. You know, we'll see we have the page. It's no longer showing as red. This is the color of links for this theme, so it's no longer showing as red. And we click on it, and we've got our output, our category output here. So that's kind of how it works. Let's add one or two more pages. Let's see, I'm just gonna kind of make some stuff up here. You know, my favorite chess player was, we're going to Emmanuel Lasker. And you notice that because that article exists, it does like a lookup here, and it gives you that in a drop down. And show is optional, so I don't have to fill it in. He was a mathematician. And we'll save that. So I just wanted to do that to show you how that look ahead thing works. And another feature or item that the plugin gives you is a widget for your sidebar. So let's customize the sidebar here, and we will add this to the sidebar, and we're just going to leave that all blank and see how that looks to get the table of contents on the sidebar. So now let's go to our site, and here's our table of contents. You see these pages exist, so they're not in red, and the other pages that don't exist yet are in red, and you can click on those to create it. Alright, so that's kind of a quick overview. I hope that's helpful. On the WordPress.org website, when you look at the page for this, there's an FAQ section which has kind of a lot of how-to ways of doing things, which is worth looking at. And then the other thing is, you know, if you look on my website, I have some documentation there. Hopefully that's enough information to get you started. Thanks for watching.